Welcome back, everybody, to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We just got talking about women's MMA, and now we're going to recap the Paralympic Swimming Trials. Okay, so the trials took place from June 27th to the 29th. I apologize for not recapping the event sooner. The trials took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota at the John K. Freeman Aquatic Center. So let's start by recapping day one. I feel like that's a good beginning on recapping an event. Okay, so reigning Paralympic champion Elizabeth Marks tied her own world record from Tokyo in the 100 backstroke with a time of 1 minute, 19.57 seconds. The 33-year-old Marks also captured the 50 butterfly first place position in 36.59 seconds after blazing a 36.29 seconds in prelims. She collected Paralympic bronze in the event a few years ago with an American record of 36.83 seconds. Marks also set a world record of 1 minute, 28.13 seconds in the 100 breast at the Rio 2016 Paralympics. Former Yale swimmer Ali Truwit broke an American record in the 100 back only about a year after losing her foot in a shark attack. Her record was 1 minute 8.98 seconds. It was her first time ever under the 1 minute 9 second barrier, dropping more than a half a second off her previous best 1 minute 9.50 seconds from 2018. Truwit said, quote, I definitely have goals, but I am also taking the time to be proud of where I'm at, especially after it only being a year since the shark attack and amputation, unquote. Jessica Long, a 16-time Paralympic champion, won 2 events on Thursday as she sought qualification for her 6th Paralympics. She triumphed in the 100 breast at 1 minute 39.12 seconds and 100 back at 1 minute 22.73 seconds. 2023 world champion Christie Raleigh-Crossley picked up another win in her signature 100 back event in 1 minute 9.75 seconds. Paralympic champion Gia Pergolini claimed the 100 back title in 1 minute 5.63 seconds within a second of a world record 1 minute 4.64 seconds from Tokyo. And just to explain this, people are in different categories. So when I said that someone took a victory, if as you see, Ali Truwit and Elizabeth Marks were in different heats, basically different categories. So that is why they both still were able to win first, if that makes sense. It just it can get confusing. Okay, so on day 2, 2-time Paralympic champion Morgan Stickney crushed her own world record in the 400-meter freestyle, taking almost 3 seconds off the standard with a winning time of 4 minutes 51.50 seconds. Stickney previously held the world record at 4 minutes 54.28 seconds from the 2023 Para World Championships in Manchester, England, where she broke an 11-year-old record set at the London 2012 Paralympics by nearly 5 seconds. And as I'm saying that, I realized that it sounded like it was an 11-year-old person that had that record, but no, the record was set for 11 years, and it was broken after 11 years, if that makes sense. So the 27-year-old won the Paralympic title in the 400 free in 2021 and the world title in the same event in 2022. Stickney said, quote, the energy on deck is very different than in Tokyo. It's more energetic and fantastic having the crowd here cheering us on. My training is very different from what I was doing leading up to Tokyo, being in the hospital 9 days out of the month. I wasn't expecting to come in and break the world record. It was super unexpected, unquote. And yeah, I totally, I always forget that the fact that people weren't there watching the trials in the Tokyo Olympics because COVID happened. So I don't know, the atmosphere is a lot different, and I think that actually makes people feel a lot more motivated. Jessica Long continued pushing for her 6th Paralympics on day 2 with a victory in the 100 free. Long said, quote, I'm feeling so great for my husband and my family being here. I'm definitely going through the motions of how do I continually look for that spark to push me forward. I love swimming and I've been a part of it for so long, so it is important to remind myself of the mental toughness that I've always had. For me, this trials is just a stepping stone to the big show, the Paralympic Games in Paris this summer, unquote. Christie Raleigh-Crossley picked up her 2nd win and triumphed in the 100 free. After competing, she said, quote, it is pretty crazy being a solo parent with 3 children here at trials. It's been a bit difficult getting my kids ready before racing and ensuring I'm prepared for my races, but great having them here with me. The Paralympic movement is a second chance to fulfill my childhood dreams of going to the Olympics, but more than that is the opportunity to do that in a more impactful, meaningful way, unquote. Anastasia Pagonis collected her first victory in Minneapolis in the 400 free. Her winning time of 5 minutes 12.08 seconds was well off her own world record of 4 minutes 54.49 seconds from Tokyo, but still 6 seconds ahead of runner-up finisher McLean Hermes. Minnesota native Summer Schmit captured the women's 400 free crown after placing 7th in the event in Tokyo. The 20-year-old has been training at Minnesota's John K. Freeman Aquatic Center for the past couple of years, so she's got a home field advantage of sorts this weekend. She said, quote, "I am super excited for the rest of the week. I have the 200 individual medley tomorrow, and now I'm down 2 races. It has been really nice having 1 race a day since it's been a hard couple months of training for me. It's great to be able to see all my hard work come to fruition," unquote. Moving on to day 3, Elizabeth Marks and Anastasia Pagonis broke continental records to close out the trials. Marks lowered the American record in the women's 50 free to 33.13 seconds in prelims before winning the final in 33.30 seconds. Marks said, quote, "I'm really enjoying watching and cheering for the up-and-coming younger swimmers. I'm extremely honored to be here," unquote. Pagonis captured the 50 free crown and an American record of 30.51 seconds. The Long Island native also won the 400 free in 5 minutes, 12.08 seconds, and 100 free in 1 minute, 8.19 seconds this week in her last week in her first major meet since working her way back from a concussion and shoulder surgery. Pagonis said, quote, "I want to have a comeback story for sure, especially with the setbacks I have had in the last year with a concussion and then shoulder surgery, which was terrifying only a year before the games. I'm looking forward to hopefully holding the world title in something other than just the 400-meter freestyle," unquote. Christie Raleigh-Crossley collected a pair of victories on Saturday in the 100 fly in 1 minute, 8.25 seconds and 50 free in 28.08 seconds as the 2023 world champion aims for her first Paralympic berth at 37 years old. Jessica Long totaled the most individual wins this week at 5, with Marks, Raleigh-Crossley, Leanne Smith, and Noah Hafe all tallying 4 first-place finishes. Lastly, Gia Pergolini capped her meet with a win in the 50 free in 27.63 seconds. She said, quote, "I am just feeling so grateful to be here with so many inspiring fellow athletes and friends. We were in a really weird time during COVID-19 with limited coverage, so it was really nice to have spectators and tons of media here. Having more people here as spectators than we ever have had adds a little bit more stress, but I thrive in that environment. I love having the crowd and the excitement and energy they bring," unquote. So that concludes our recap of the trials and the most notable victories and records. But I want to conclude this entire segment by just announcing the entire roster of everyone on the Paralympic swimming team. There are 33 total swimmers on the team, 21 women and 12 men. We're obviously only going to focus on the 21 women. So headlining the veteran squad is 29-time Paralympic medalist Jessica Long. One of the all-time paraswimming greats, Long has amassed 54 world championship medals, 37 of which are gold, throughout her storied career. 3 U.S. swimmers will compete at the Paralympic level for the 4th time in their careers. Paralympic champions Mallory Wegeman, Mackenzie Cohen, and Colleen Young all qualified for Paris after competing together in London 2012, Rio 2016, and Tokyo 2020. Cohen is a 6-time Paralympic medalist and 4-time champion. Wegeman, a 5-time medalist and 3-time champion, and Young has 2 silvers and a bronze to her name. After tying her own world record in the women's 100-meter backstroke at trials, Elizabeth Marks earns a spot on her 3rd Paralympic team. Marks, who is a Sergeant First Class in the U.S. Army and a member of the Army's World Class Athlete Program, has won 5 Paralympic medals in her career and is the defending 100-meter backstroke Paralympic champion. She will be joined by teammate and fellow backstroke specialist Hannah Aspen, who is also making her 3rd Paralympic appearance. Aspen most recently won double gold in Tokyo in the 100-meter backstroke and as a member of 4x100-meter freestyle relay. Wow, I just completely forgot how to pronounce that word for a second. Sorry about that. She also has 2 bronze medals from Rio. Rounding out the athletes competing in their 3rd Paralympic Games are 3-time Paralympic medalist Lizzie Smith and University of Minnesota swimmer Natalie Sims. Smith is the defending Paralympic silver medalist in the 100-meter butterfly. A host of Team USA swimmers, including several medalists from Tokyo, were named to the 2nd Paralympic roster. Teenage phenomenons in Tokyo, Anastasia Pagonis and Gia Pergolini, each won the first Paralympic medals of their career in world record fashion at their first Paralympic Games and will seek title repeats in Paris. Pagonis' victory came in the women's 400-meter freestyle, while Pergolini was in the women's 100-meter backstroke. 2-time Paralympic champion Morgan Stickney set a world record in the women's 400-meter freestyle at trials this weekend en route to qualifying for her 2nd Paralympic team. Wait, did I just say this weekend? Why do I keep saying this weekend? I feel like it's just natural for me to say this weekend. But last weekend, yeah. There we go. Anyway, so Tokyo medalist Leanne Smith, Ahalia Lenenberger, and Julia Gaffney qualified for the Paris Games as well. Also returning to the team from the Tokyo team are Paralympians Summer Schmit and Keegan Knott, both of whom put together impressive trial performances and are seeking a podium at the Games for the first time. 3 athletes are set to make their Paralympic debuts in Paris. The first-time Paralympians are led by Olivia Chambers, who breakout performances at the 2023 World Championships earned her 6 medals in her first major international meets. World champion Christie Raleigh-Crossley, who won the women's 100-meter backstroke at the same meet, qualifies for her first Paralympic team. Grace Nuffer will make her Games debut, not having competed at a World Championship before, which is interesting. However, she did win medals at the 2023 Pan American Games in Chile. Running out the team is para-newcomer Alexandra Truwit, who will compete at her first major international competition in Paris. 3 alternates, 2 women and 1 man, were also named on the roster. On the women's side, 2-time Paralympian McLean Hermes and 17-year-old Audrey Kim will serve as alternates. So we're now going to move into the next segment where we recap the Japan All-Star Series and talk about Canada's final roster for the WBSC Women's Softball World Cup Finals. Before we get into that, we're going to be taking a very short break, so I will see you guys very soon.
For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC to access free content-rich podcasts on health and wellness, book reviews, sports, entertainment, relationships, social media, movies, technology, finance, and even weird news. Subscribe and download the GSMC Podcast Network's family of shows, available everywhere podcasts are found.